The 2027 permutation has begun since last year, and this is the reason why you continue to see people, even in the current All Progressive Congress, who are not part of the government, speaking or talking back at Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. Now, the former Kaduna State Governor, Nasir El-Rufai, has taken a wipe at his party, the All Progressive Congress, APC, accusing it of abandoning its founding principle and fostering poor leadership. Wow. But talking about all of this, speaking at the National Conference in Abuja on strengthening democracy in Nigeria, El-Rufai described the state of governance and opposition in the country as a national emergency. Oh, wow. El-Rufai talked this in. This is good. But come to think of it, was it not him that was promoted Tinubu over Osibanjo, among others, in the APC that run for the office of the president at the primary level in 2022? Was he not the one that was insisting that the Tinubu, as a person, must become the president of Nigeria, or better say, let's say, he was insisting that the presidency must be zoned to the south, and he was campaigning for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now he is lamenting the lack of internal democracy and active party structure within APC. Quotes, "I no longer recognize the APC. No party organ has met in 2 years. No caucus, no NEC, nothing. You don't even know if it is a one-man show. It's a zero-man show." Wow. That's the don't shift by guy go one corner. The former governor criticized the quality of leadership emerging from political parties, attributing it to unqualified delegates. But that was what they are known for. He went ahead to say that you cannot afford to have illiterate, semi-illiterate, and corny people as your leaders. This is why we end up with the poor leadership we have today, he said. But we all saw everything that happened in 2022. We saw the emergency of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We saw the emergency of Atiku from PDP. We saw how Peter Obi left PDP to Labour Party. So what is he trying to tell us? But let's come to think about this. Is this all about the fact that he was not given the ministerial position? Because if he was, I don't think he'll be making those statements that he's making as of today. But he campaigned for Tinubu, who has been alleged to be corny in nature, who has been alleged to be not really educated as people thought because of the certificate forgery that they had from Chicago, a first-class citizen, an accountant, and all of that. But he cannot account for the issues bordering in Nigeria as of today. However, El-Rufai urged political party to set high standards for candidates and delegates, noting that the constitution minimum requirements of a secondary school certificate should not suffice for party nomination. All right. I think this is where we're going to get it right. That was what the constitution said. But the party can raise the standard high. You understand? But this will also go into a lot of litigation. Reflecting on the party's foundation, El-Rufai said the APC was originally established to combat corruption, rebuild the economy, and enhance security. He, however, said the goals have been long abandoned. Oh, but to come to think of this, was it not the same person who was the governor of Kaduna State for complete good 8 years, where he made a lot of statements that were alleged to be, creating a lot of tension within Kaduna, with the genocide that happened within Kaduna for 8 good years? But he did nothing to end the killing of his own people. So why now? Let's not forget that he had this back and forth with the governor of Benue State over the Fulani issues, when the governor of Benue State was like, there is tension, they are killing people and all of that. But he said, you are the chief security officer of your state, deal with it. But what happened? Back to his own state, it was a menace. But now he is saying that, quote, The problem that led to the creation of APC remain unresolved, but I no longer believe the APC is interested in addressing them. The distance between me and the party is widening. He also went on to say that there are internal miscreants in the PDP hired and motivated to destroy the party. The Labour Party is also facing similar issue. Then he made a comment that Peter Obi himself told him, wow, oh yeah, oh. It looks like there is a lot of conversation going on between Peter Obi and El-Rufai, among other people. Which, I've talked about El-Rufai becoming the vice president to Peter Obi in the past. You can check the video here. Some of you say, no, it cannot work and all of that. Calm down. Just calm down. Now, you will hear what Peter Obi had to say concerning this. He said that Peter Obi said to him that, I don't know what's happening in the party I contested with. There seems to be a deliberate project to destroy opposition parties, he alleged. That is El-Rufai talking. Meanwhile, His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi, in the other hand, said that
whatever happens with democracy affects citizens. It affects their daily living. It affects the future of their children. So we must all now get involved to make it work. What is important, let's discuss Nigeria. Whether we are going to do coalition or not, let's talk about the future of the country. Because often we abandon the country and what we need to do, talking about power grab. I'm not interested in any coalition that is for purpose of taking power.
This was him addressing the press after the meeting in Abuja concerning the democracy and good governance in Nigeria. But he went ahead to wrote, but after he said this, which many people misunderstand or misinterpret him, he wrote on his verified X handle, quotes, I have observed that my honest interview yesterday was misquoted by many media outlets, creating a false narrative that misrepresents my position. That's true. Let me set the record straight. Okay? Oga P or one drop bomb. I am not against coalition. In truth, I am for it, not for power grab, but to position Nigeria for greatness. Exactly. I have not and will never advocate for any coalition or alliance that does not prioritize the welfare and progress of the ordinary Nigerians. Okay, now let's look at this a minute. Remember the coalition that brought about APC, and that was the same coalition that El-Rufai is talking about, which they have forgotten the principle at which they used to form that coalition that brought about APC to change the narrative, but they changed now, don't turn from grits to grass. Anyway, His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi went ahead to say any discussion about governance must center on what it means for the everyday Nigerian, how it will address critical issues such as access to quality health care, education, and pulling people out of poverty. In my next video, I will be talking about the sanction of, or let's say the withdrawal of the president of United States, withdrawing of aid from Nigeria and other African countries. He went on to say, too often in our nation history, individuals and groups have come together solely for the purpose of taking power for power's sake. Such endeavors, devoid of genuine purpose and vision, haven't only deepened our challenges, leaving the ordinary Nigerians to bear the bonds of bad governance. This is what I stand firmly against. Now, you know how El-Rufai, Tinubu, Buhari, Atiku, all of them came together, Amechi them, and formed APC as far back as 2014. And you all know the history. I don't need to talk about that. Now, here we are. They have taken us 100,000 years backward. Leadership must be about service and not self-interest. It must be about building a nation where opportunities abound for all, where justice and equity are non-negotiable, and where governance works for the people, not against the people. You all know within the last 18 months, it has not been funny, and not just 19 months alone. Between the time that APC took over power till date, it has been terrible for Nigerians. And they went further. As I have always maintained, the new Nigeria is possible, but it requires us to change the way we think about power. It is not about grabbing it, it is about using it responsibly to transform lives as well as secure a brighter future for generations to come. Pew. Somebody should clap for Mr. President in man, don't talk that one. But is that not the truth? Is that not the obvious truth? What do you make of all of these from His Excellency, the only excellency in Nigeria, as it stands, Mr. Peter Obi? This is the only person that can change the narrative in Nigeria. But each time he made a statement that should help the current All Progressive Congress and the government, they do U-turn and said, no, he's suffering from his 2023 loss and all of that. Now you take a look at from the statement of El-Rufai down to the statement of Mr. Peter Obi, it is obvious that there is a lot of permutation. And don't be surprised if we'll be seeing some combo like Peter Obi and El-Rufai. Don't be surprised if we'll be seeing some combo with Peter Obi and Kwame. But Tamboa, do not forget Dogara. But those people doesn't have political heavyweight in the northern region. And Obidati, to be honest to every obedient faithful, Obidati will not fly in 2027. That is the honest truth. It will not work. It's not going to work. Thank you for watching. Let's have this conversation in the comment section. Please, let's try to remain civil.